Good day everyone. Welcome to a little playthrough that I'm going to do about a game that has been out for a couple of months now. This is The Police 2. I've played the first game, didn't complete it till the end, but it is a game that intrigued me. And now that I found out that there is a second one, I am really excited to see if they improved upon the game, because the game itself was pretty good. There was just some elements that kept it from being completely enjoyable to play through it. But the concept itself is interesting to me. It's a management strategy game. Apparently, the first game was just management, mostly management, and the second one also has a board strategy element to it. So let's get on with it. Oh, hold on. Give me a second. Alright, let's start. Probably going to start with a little prologue. At approximately 1 o'clock in the morning, the Sharpwood Police Department received an anonymous call. The source said he knew where we could find the headquarters of the Neckties, a gang of drug traffickers that recently arrived in the town. Anonymous information is rarely reliable, but for Sheriff Wells, shutting down the Neckties was the department's primary goal. So he immediately went to the address indicated along with two other officers for backup. Alright. Oh, we just jump right into it. So I guess this is this person. Let's just for now. Okay. Hide behind the generator. Any cover makes you almost invisible to the enemy. If he hasn't yet raised the alarm, an offender can spot the sheltered cop only if he approaches from the side. So far pretty standard. There's my enemy. I'm going to take a wild guess. Oh. Don't stick your head out. It's more difficult to hit a person hiding behind full cover than someone behind partial cover. What is this? It's just a black pool with a body inside of it. Visual. Suspect's turn. Oh. There's a guy dead on the van. Get close. Really? This close? If the enemy spots you, then he'll raise the alarm during his turn. If the alarm is raised, cops are visible even if they are behind cover. But cover still makes you a harder target to hit. Alright. There we go. I'm just going to trust the game itself. Whack the criminal with a baton to the head. Alright. Sure. Briefly stuns the criminal. Guaranteed hit. Does not leave marks on the body. Does not leave marks on the body. Is this something that we should... Huh. Is it like an element that I have to pay attention to or something? There we go. Arrest.
Get on the ground.
Alright. Approach from the other side. Yeah, sure, let's go. Suspect's turn. I'm going to take a wild guess and say that I will not be able to use a gun until they discover me.
We have visual.
So this seems very ex-commie. Shoot with the taser. Sometimes batons and knives are not enough. The taser is effective at medium range and stuns the offender for several turns, may cause pain and shock. Is it like a chance for me to miss or something like that? Or is it always guaranteed to hit? Now this one can go there to arrest the suspect. Intercept the lookout. If an offender sees you from afar or hears a suspicious noise, he's sure to leave his post and check the area. Oh, sure. Another way to take down a criminal is to use a pepper spray. Sure. Highly reliable. If the spray gets into eyes, do not attempt to rinse with water. Oh,
Roger.
I didn't know that. Then again, I've never been pepper sprayed, so... Oh, that signifies the amount of turns left to arrest them.
On the ground.
Sure. I hope that there are only 3... No, there are probably more suspects. Prepare to breach. Sure. So with doors you can breach them. Move closer and then arrest him.
On the ground.
Sure. Why is there a big bleeding out over here? Is it like typical drug dealer behavior or is that just man, there are a lot of deaths here. Now I don't know how drug dealers normally behave. I feel like, you know, they are usually less trigger happy. At least in Canada probably, but then again, I'm not Canadian. I'm just speaking of hold on. Is this no, this is a perk. Hold on. Take down the door. Yeah, do that. Hold on. Take down the door. Yeah, do that. Hold on. Oh, okay. I get it.
Roger.
There we go. Shoot the culprit. Firearms can kill or disarm a suspect and inflict serious wounds. Okay. Sure. Let's just shoot him. Oh, I guess that the orange area signifies the bigger the chances that I hit him, right? Okay. For now I can only hit his hand. I hit him. Okay. Now it runs into the other room. Jimmy the window. Is that necessary? You can just walk around, you know. I don't know how much time you save by jimmying the window.
580.
But sure. Break open the window. Okay, so they are just showing us what we can do.
Roger.
Okay. You take position next to the door over here. Take out the door.
Roger.
Here we go. Now this is risky. Why are they all 3 going inside? Is this like a... Gonna take a wild guess and say that this necessary for cinematic purposes later. For the story. November 21st.
But today I wasn't so lucky. I mean, it wasn't just a regular funeral, was it? All Sharpwood showed up. Can you imagine? I had a teacher, Mrs. Dawson. I haven't seen her since the 3rd grade. Figured she'd moved or died. I mean, it's not easy to lose track of someone in this town, right? And today, I'm looking at her in the crowd, all alive and healthy. Imagine, right? And the crowd was huge. It wasn't even a crowd, more like a whole river of people. I mean, you look at all of them and you can't even see the end. All the roads were blocked. Just thinking. It's weird. There's this dead guy who's making it so an alive guy can't get his groceries on time, right? I mean, I just wanted to say,
Awkward.
I really respect Sheriff Wells. He died a hero, right? Ask anyone. Everybody says he's a hero. But I'm just saying, I got a job to do. I don't want to lose it. Nobody wants to lose a job because it's not easy to find a new job in Sharpwood, right? So,
The money's right there in front of your nose. Don't bother with the change.
Mr. Nash, thank you. I just wanted to say that you don't need to call Mr. Summers. I mean, he'll be yelling at me either way. I deserve it, right? I'm just... Oh, by the way, those cigars you asked about? Caesars, right? Mr. Summers said we normally don't have them in stock, but we can order them. Maybe it'll take a couple of weeks or so, but what's a couple of weeks when it's a quality product, right? I remember one day I was looking...
Forget it. I don't know how long I'll be staying.
Oh, I hope. I mean, I hope that you won't be leaving too soon. You're like our best customer. Oh, or at least one of our best customers, am I right? I know there's a lot of stuff going on. Lots of folks are leaving. Even Pale Charlie left, and he's even older than you. He's 90 or something. Maybe even 100. I mean, I'm sure you'll find yourself a decent job, right? I mean, have a good day, Mr. Nash.
Alrighty. So that Mr. Nash is probably going to be the protagonist. If I have to believe the promo videos.
Hey,
and
Lily.
everything.
So we're getting rid of this thing tomorrow?
What? We do what?
That drawing thing in the hall. We're taking it down tomorrow? I already called Uncle Dimitri. He'll cart it off for us. Might even get a couple of bucks for it.
Whoa. First, it's not a drawing. It's a tapestry, okay? A beautiful work of art. You didn't notice, did you? Second, it's hanging there for a reason. And third, and most important,
Oh, you mean that drawing in the hall? Great. I'll get a hanger tomorrow so we can put the TV up there. And maybe a VCR, too. What do you think?
Jesse, we are not taking down the tapestry.
TV? That's not a bad idea. Sure, but I was thinking, well, I thought we could put a snack machine here. I'm tired of having to drive 20 minutes over to Bad Ears gas station for smoked cheese in the middle of work. Like I've got nothing better to do, right? As if
You see how much space that giant thing takes up? We can put a TV up, an arcade game, probably even a pinball machine. Speaking of which, my son moved in with his wife and dairy, so we've got an extra VCR. Only thing is, he took all his videotapes with him, so we can't...
Oh, no, tapes are no problem. I've got lots of tapes. Plus, if we tell the guys that everyone's bringing in a couple of movies, then we...
Look, I just need you to...
Hey, what kind of movies you got? All sorts. Bloody Shirt 2, Bloody Shirt 3,
Well,
Bloody
this
Shirt
is,
4, Hard-Boiled Women,
very
Demons
riveting.
on Fifth Avenue.
And you've got that movie where this pilot is flying around the Earth, but he's running out of fuel over the ocean, so he makes a deal with Satan, and Satan sends him to fight an army of skeletons, and the skeleton
Titanic.
general, you can't fuck with him.
Yeah, that's The Wind Blows into Hell. One of my favorites. Goes without saying, that's every man's favorite movie. Am I right or am I right? When I saw him at the end, when the girl throws the sword into the fire, my heart jumped out of my chest. Betty almost needed to call the ambulance. I swear to God.
You need to take better care of yourself, old man.
I've also got this movie. It's actually a cartoon, but it's for adults, you know. This guy gets the ability to undress people with his mind. So he goes into work, and he works in a bank, and his boss is a real bitch. But the bitch has some great boobs, and she calls him over to her.
Tomorrow. We'll just discuss it tomorrow.
And she says there's some problem with this quarterly report. Some kind of paper got filed in wrong, and he asked, like you should.
What the hell, Gail? Sit down and get ready to type. We agreed.
Lily, we'll finish that damn letter of yours tomorrow. And if we're lucky, we'll even...
Gail, take off your stupid hat and get back to your desk. I'm the sheriff and you'll do what I say. I'm the sheriff.
Lily, you do know you don't have to be such a bitch, right?
Just casual.
That Ear's gas
misogyny.
station closes in half an hour. So if we don't finish this stupid letter in the next 10 minutes, I'll be out of smokes until the morning. And if that happens, I'll be coming into work in a bad mood tomorrow. And if I come into work in a bad mood,
Just shut up and type.
Okay. I'm ready. And for God's sake, let's stop taking half an hour on every sentence, okay?
First, read what you've got so far.
Of course, we won't be able to pay you serious money. It's like we won't be able to pay you anything at all. But I hope that you feel the same as me, that the safety of our native town of Sharpwood is a question of duty and honor, and not of material gain.
No, not just the last sentence. Read everything from the beginning.
Lily, come on,
Read it from the top.
Dear Captain Carter, I imagine you've already heard the sad news that has prompted me to write you. I'll be frank. This letter you're holding is a plea for help. The police department of Sharpwood
All right,
was deprived.
that's enough. I can't take it anymore. We'll just pick up where we left off.
Do you think Captain Carter will even read this?
Lily, let's just finish it. And then...
They got him. The guy from the flower shop, remember? He's one of the neckties. We're sure this time.
Where are they taking him? Are they bringing him here?
They already did. He's here.
Did he have the goods on him? Has he said anything? What does he know?
Well, you want to find out, or you're just gonna sit there?
Man, this intro takes a long time.
What happened to him?
Well, as far as I understand, he had a hard time getting into the car.
Right. Didn't like getting out of the car either. And he really didn't like the stairs. And when we handcuffed him, wow, that was no fun at all. And then when he sat down on a chair, he accidentally...
Cut the shit, Charlie.
What? The sheriff asked a direct question, and I'm trying...
Get out! All of you!
Lily, I think it'd be best if you just...
What's the problem, Gail? Isn't it best if the sheriff interrogates important suspects? Isn't it great when the commander takes a personal interest in the work? Don't you think?
Okay, guys, you hear that? Let's get out of here.
Oh, thank God. That was a long intro. Alright, so this is one of the new elements in the game that I could see from the promo. Is the interrogation. And I don't know what kind of interrogation. Well, I don't know how important it is to make the right decisions here. So let's just go with the flow for now. I know it was somebody in your gang that murdered Sheriff Wells. Just tell me who pulled the trigger and maybe I'll let you go. It seems a bit optimistic. You're from around here, right? I'm sure you heard Sheriff Wells got killed. So what do you know about it? It seems a bit... You and your friends lured Sharpwood's sheriff into an ambush and killed him like a bunch of cowards. Yeah, that's right, you and your necktie gang. Can you even imagine how hard we are coming down on you? I'm going for the third one. The first one seems too optimistic. I don't think he will buy it. The second one, we basically imply that he has nothing to do with it. I'm just going to go with the third one. What you talking about, Shrek? You gonna bring down the full force of the village police? Oh no, please. Anything but that. Get your facts straight, biatch. Alright. I wonder. Is there a right way to do this? As I understand it, you never keep drugs at your base. Why is that? Okay, let's talk about something else. The drugs, where do you keep them? I'm not leaving here until you tell me where your hideout is. Let's go with the second one. In your panties. You know why? Because no one ever checks in there for anything. Mature. Very mature.
You could at least hide the suitcase.
What? Oh, this? It's just...
Charlie, shut your trap and get ready to question the suspect.
Suitcase. Interrogating the suspect. Is there like some torture
Really,
going on there?
I
or
just
something?
want
You
to...
do understand, Gail, that this will soon be over. All of this. You understand that, right?
I know, Lily. I know.
I need to finish writing that letter to Captain Carter.
I hope we get into the main game soon, because just being silent for the entire intro is a bit, is not what I'm doing this for. Some animation.
Hello, my name is Bogdan. Are you satisfied with your water supply system? I bet you're not. I'm here to solve your problem.
Excuse me, what?
It's not so nice to run to the toilet outside in the cold, is it? Especially at our age. You go once, you go twice, and by then you've already frozen your butt off. And it's lucky it's the only thing you've frozen off. Believe me, I know what I'm talking about. And you know what I'm talking about too, don't you?
Look, listen, this isn't my house. I'm just renting it.
All the better. So the homeowner will pay for everything, while you will enjoy the new toilet in warmth and comfort.
Are you selling toilets? You sell toilets at night?
Don't be silly. We'll replace your whole water system. A new toilet in the house is, well, it's the cherry on the cake. You're right. I'm here a little after hours. Well, you see, our farm is just taking its first steps in this business, so I can only visit my customers after I'm done with my day job. But a toilet inside your house is doubly good at night, right? Do understand your needs, sir. I myself had to run to the toilet outside for 20 years, every night. But when I finally got a toilet inside my house,
Please, go. Just go. I want you to leave.
I know what you're thinking. You think that in such a small house there's simply no room for a toilet. But I assure you, if you just allow me to come in for a moment...
Leave right now. I'm asking you to leave.
I just want to save both of us some time, that's all. I know that you'll change your mind. The next time you need to go in the middle of the night, you'll remember
very
me
bright,
and
is he?
think, damn, that guy was right. A toilet in the house is what every adult man needs. So why don't
I've
we...
asked you to leave. You need to leave. Now. Leave.
All right. But I bet you won't last a week before you change your mind. I'm telling you right now, you won't last a week.
Riveting. Alright, and now we start. Ugh. I feel like this is kind of a plot dump here. You know, there's a little rule, show, don't tell. They are showing a lot of things. Maybe spread it out a bit. Maybe tell. Not only in the intro, but you know, also somewhere in between the whole shablam. Oh, great. Speaking of telling, dear Dylan, Oliver and Edgar, I'd give anything to be sitting with you on the porch of our old house, smoking a cigar, talking and passing the day. I know you have a lot of questions for me, a lot of unpleasant questions. It's not hard to hear them in my head, but it won't be so easy to find the right answers. Okay. Is it true what they are saying about you? My only crime was wanting to take care of myself and my family. I'm just sorry it took me that long. My crime was I trusted the wrong people. I was used and then thrown in the trash. Is this like an MLM story or something? Oh. I have to choose. Is this determining my history or something? I'm going for the first one. Why did you flee from Freiburg? It's not that I ran away, I just needed time to regroup so I could go back and clear my name. Sometimes retreat is the only way to victory. I ran because I didn't want to be killed in prison. I know so much about every influential scoundrel in the city that they will never let me live to see my day in court. That seems interesting. Let's go for the most interesting one. Why did Mom really leave? Because she decided she wanted to freak some 30-year-old insurance agent, and I hope he gave her exactly what she wanted. Sally, your grandmother once told me that I'm too old, that I don't have any energy, and that's why Laura left. I didn't really understand what she meant at the time, but now it seems to me she hit the nail on the head. You know what? The second one seems more pleasant than the first. First is a little bit too angry with the current situation. Did you have an affair on the side too? I will not say that. For one thing, your mother had already left, and it's strange to call a relationship between two people an affair if they only talked on the phone and never met. It was your mother who had the affair. Everything that happened to me later was just an amusement, a naive love fantasy that never became a reality. In any case, it's over. My amusement wants to put me in jail. Alright, so this is about the third corner of the triangle. And let's do the second one. Why not? More questions. Why did you get in bed with the mafia? I don't know, they've got cool hats. I didn't go to them. They left me no choice. When you threaten to hang your children's heads from a chandelier, you'll do exactly what they ask of you. No hesitation, no questions. Seems a bit unrealistic. I got in with them because the mafia can't be defeated, only controlled. And looking at how well I controlled crime in Freiburg, I'd say I managed things pretty well. Hold on. Is this somebody from the first game or something like that? I forgot the name of the city of the first game, but there were crime families there, so... Did you kill people? I never killed anyone. I have many voices, but I'm no killer. I didn't kill anyone with my own two hands, but I gave orders that led to some deaths. Sometimes these were bad people, sometimes not so much. It's up to you whether you think that makes me a killer. Let's be a bit more honest about the current situation. How is your health? I feel good despite parting with your mother, fleeing from the vets and surviving 2 comas. One thing I know for sure, I won't survive a third. I'm not complaining, but I'm lonely. I'm afraid I'm not going to make any new friends here. Either way, new friends at my age don't lead anywhere except another funeral. I hope I'm not making it more difficult for me by doing this, but I don't know how detailed this game is. Why didn't you just retire? I catch criminals, that's all I know, it's all I'm good at. I didn't retire because I love my job and I wasn't too old to keep doing it. Okay, so in the past this guy was a detective or police agent. In the force, at least. Well, because I had nothing else to do, all I had left was an empty house and a dirty barn. What was I going to do? Farming. All my tools were set a long time ago. After a week of retirement like that, I would have put a bullet in my forehead. Alright. Let's go for the police route. What are you afraid of? I'm afraid I'll be caught, locked in a cage and put on display like a circus freak, and the only power I'll have left is to bash my skull on the bars of my cell. Or I'm afraid that I won't have a chance to clear my name or even explain myself before the law, before Freiburg, and most importantly, before you. You deserve an explanation the most. That's why I'm writing this letter. There you go. What are you planning to do next? I've changed a lot, though predictability is still not among my vices. I know I have to do something. The only question is how far I'll have to go. I can't tell you. It's not that I don't trust you, it's just that even I don't know what I'll have to decide 10 seconds from now. First one. Oh great, another cinematic.
Ha! We could hardly shut the guy up. He wasn't so tough. I didn't even get to the Phase 3. Phase 3 is where
We don't have a lot of time. They're moving their headquarters, but we should be able to nab most of them if we hurry. It's north of here, the old summer camp. But they never keep the goods at their headquarters. They always use a different place, usually an isolated house on the outskirts. Most of the time these places have random tenants who don't even suspect that there's anything hidden under their floorboards. That way, the drugs can never be linked back to the neckties or the neckties to the drugs. You remember that little tavern called Forsetti? We went drinking there after graduation and broke that big mirror. Mr. Blaine's converted it into a house, and now he rents it out for almost nothing. 2 weeks ago, an old man moved in, and under his floorboards, there's 27 kilograms of heroin.
I'm starting to think that guy is leading us around by the nose. I bet there's 4 or 5 armed guards at the house. But you said it's a small place, right? Well, I bet there's 2 at least. I don't believe they just left the stuff under some old man's floorboards. Even if there is an old man living there, I bet he's in on it. Hey, maybe old man is just a nickname. What do you think? I bet he's a right cutthroat, hunkered down there, ready to ambush us. Maybe he already...
Well, you and Corey, go check it out. Take 2 cars in case it's not just an old man living in the
they are going
house.
to shoot
Whoever
him.
you find there, bring them in. And don't forget about the heroin. Rest of you will come with me to storm their headquarters. Sound good to you, Lily?
You know, I earlier suggested that I thought this was in Canada, but I'm actually not sure. Is this Canada? Or is it the United States? Like one of the northern states. Oh great, we can finally start. Oof. All events that require your attention are displayed on the Sharpwood map and by a card in the call list. Okay. Drug trafficking. Each call has a minimum professionalism requirement to ensure that your cops can go on a call. Their overall professionalism must meet the minimum required by that call. Okay. Okay, a little bit information over here. The neckties are hiding a large batch of heroin in a house in the outskirts. Currently that house is being rented by some old man. He's probably working with the ties and watching the goods. See if he called Fletcher. So like more information about him. Oh yeah. Negotiation and strength. This guy has nothing. Wow. Doesn't really look like a police agent. Is he like a civilian or something? Just a deputy? It's also a pretty small village, isn't it? It's a pretty big police force for such a small village. Then again, there might be more areas.
For the sheriff's department. Ah, no. No. Look at this. No, well, just look, Corey. You couldn't find anyone better to watch the goods? Oh, they just didn't bother. Or are we missing something? What do you think, Corey? Think we're missing something? Huh? Is there some kind of special meaning to the fact that we've got drunk, dirty grandpa here, sitting in the shack watching the goods? Maybe we need to crack the code here, huh?
Well, any ideas where they hid the powder?
How about you look around while I... while I interrogate the suspect, huh? You. What's your name? Old man.
Seems a bit illegal.
Boy.
What did you say, old man? You need to answer nice and clear when a police officer speaks to you.
My name is... Nash. Warren Nash.
I'll tell you something, Warren Nash. 15 years on the force. I've seen all sorts of dirty shits. This town isn't exactly upscale, in case you haven't noticed.
I haven't.
Caught thieves, caught rapists, murderers, and drug traffickers. All part of the job, you know? I'm doing my job. Nice and easy, like a professional. But here you are. This filth, you don't make it easy to be easy. Filth like you drives me up the wall. With scum like you, I can't... I just can't keep up the cold-blooded professional attitude. I just can't. You know why, Warren? Because... Oh, I'm sorry, Warren. I'll be just a second, all right?
Shit, Charlie, what the hell? Do you want
Corey, just look for the fucking drugs while I'm busy with the fucking suspect, okay?
He seems a bit stressed. And also,
So, Warren,
not very
filthy
qualified
things
for
like
a
you,
job.
you drive me nuts. Because you think that we'll never catch up with you. You think the police can't do anything. You think we just rescue cats from trees and help old ladies carry their bags up to the porch. You think, you believe, you really believe that we'll never get to you. So you don't even have to try. You taking good care of the goods here, Warren? You ready for us here, Warren? Just waiting in ambush, Warren? You did fucking nothing, Warren! Fucking nothing! Because you thought we'd never come. But here I am, Warren. Here I am! What are you gonna do now, Warren? What's the big plan, Warren?
Hey, I think I found something.
You hear that, Warren? He found something. Next time, hide it better.
Oh.
Well, this looks like 27 keys of heroin to you?
I would say there's somewhere between 26 and 28 keys.
Well, that sounds like 27, right?
Yep. Yep, looks like 27. So what are we thinking here? You load it up in the car and I'll pack up the old man. And any of this other junk we might need.
This guy seems a bit not qualified for a job, borderline psychopathic maybe even. And I again question, when do we get to the meat?
I'd like
to the meaty part.
I really need to talk to the sheriff as soon as possible.
I'm Sheriff Reed. You can talk all you like, but if I were you, I'd wait for my lawyer, Mr. Nash.
I don't, you said you're the sheriff?
That's what I said.
No, I'm just, are you Sharpwood, Sheriff?
I'm the sheriff.
You could, do you have the authority to...
Look, I'm wearing a shiny star on my chest. I'm sitting here in the middle of the night, and even though I'm exhausted, I'm poring over murder files that no one else wants to bother with. So yeah, I'm the sheriff. I may not be used to all this, and I'm not sure I ever will be, but I don't have another sheriff for you, Mr. Nash. You might as well accept it.
Listen, Sheriff. Sheriff Reed, right? Great, Sheriff Reed. I need to talk to the sheriff, and you're the sheriff, so it's even better. I mean, older sheriffs sometimes... Well, that doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I'm not talking about that.
Get to the point.
I just want to say that there's been a mistake. And I want to help you out here because there
was a huge batch of cocaine hiding in your house. You want me to believe you didn't know anything about it?
I rent that house. Only lived there a couple of weeks, and you know all that, right? It's easy to check, huh? Yeah, it's but that's not important. It's not that I'm trying. Listen, Sheriff Reed, you have to listen to me very carefully. I'm a policeman, just like you know?
Oh, so you must be undercover. Is that it, Mr. Nash?
No, it's much more complicated than that. My name isn't Warren Nash.
Yeah, I already knew that. Your fake documents are so bad they practically fell apart in my hands.
If you let me explain, would you like to see my real document, Sheriff? Look, that humidor, you see it?
What?
That little box, the little wooden box on the table, see? Looks like a jewelry box?
It's locked. We'll crack it open in the morning.
Wouldn't you rather open it now? Please, Sheriff Reed, let's open it now, and I'll try to explain everything. I'm in a very difficult situation, and I'm asking you to listen to me. Just open the box, and you'll find my passport in there, my real passport. My name's Jack Boyd. The documents that say I'm Warren Nash, I bought them for $90 at the rail station. Please, just open the box and I'll explain everything, please.
You say you were a cop, huh?
Yes. I was a cop. I was the chief of police, just like you. Look, it's a very long and complicated story, but I assure you this is all just a huge misunderstanding. And the fact that I've gone into hiding here, the fact that I'm here at all, it's an injustice that I want to correct. And I'm asking you to help me. Sheriff Reed, let's talk. I'm begging you.
Sorry for that. It takes a long time for the intro to be done with, you know. It's a very ridiculously long time, in my opinion.
Sheriff Reed, let me...
Do you even know what you've been accused of, Mr. Boyd?
Let's just say I don't know if you know what happened in Freeburg last winter, but it had nothing to do with the law or justice. I was used.
You do understand that I have to report you to the feds, right, Mr. Boyd?
Sheriff Reed, if you do this, you just continue this. I believe that cops should help each other, so I just want to say... You seem like the kind of person
We've known each other for 5 minutes, Mr. Boyd. I doubt very much that I've made any impression on you at all. Whatever you've got yourself mixed up in, I hope that you find justice, if that's really what you want. But for now, all I know is this. You're a criminal, and they're looking for you.
Your folder. Your folder. That's a case file. Can I see it?
Excuse me?
I worked as a detective for years. Even when I was chief, I did half of my detective's work. If you're having trouble with the case, I'm sure I can help. Cops should help each other. My exact words, right?
You think that I'm...
Listen, Sheriff Reed, what do you have to lose? You're the head of this police department. You've got to think rationally. I'm not trying to teach you how to do your work. I'm just for a minute, forget about all that, this whole awkward situation, okay? Right? You have an unsolved murder, and there's someone standing right in front of you who's offering to help. Maybe I'm an imposter, and I can't actually do anything. Maybe I'll even turn out to be a lunatic, scatter the file around the cell and dance around like a wild monkey. But maybe, just maybe, I really am an experienced cop who can help you find your killer. Don't you want that? Don't you want to give me a chance since you've got nothing to lose? Don't you want a real criminal in prison, not some sorry victim of circumstance like me? That's police work. Catching the real criminals, right?
I guess I'm going crazy.
Oh boy. I hope this whole intro thing gets done quickly enough. To solve the crime, you'll need to reconstruct a picture of what happened by placing the frames for the crime's key events in the right order. To figure out what happened, you should carefully examine the evidence and witness testimony. You have all the necessary frames, but 2 people are suspected of the murder. You need to analyze whatever information is available and figure out which of them is the true culprit. Alright. Now, the intro took a very long time, and I don't think it's done yet. So what I'm going to do is see if I can save it here. Can I save it? Does it is it something that happens automatically, or hold on? Okay, I'm not sure if I can save it. No worries, then we will just do this a bit quickly. Secret of the Forbidden Flesh. The dismembered corpse of Bob Finnegan was found on the display shelf in the meat department. You've got a man in a wrestling mask, and you've got the victim's wife. Okay, so there are 2 suspects, and now we have to see whether or not the statements line up the best with the man in a wrestling mask or the victim's wife being the killer. Okay, clues. Let's start with Ruth Finnegan, victim's wife. 5. Oh no, those are all the clues. Okay, the wife, one of the suspects. I was at the neighbors to borrow some salt, and I heard on their TV that there's some crazy maniac started killing in Ripton. The journalists nicknamed him the Wrestler because he wears a wrestling mask. I usually don't pay any attention to the news, but this time I remembered because as I was leaving, I noticed a Latino man in the street with a big sports bag, and he was just taking off a mask. I got home and there's blood everywhere, and Bob is nowhere to be found. You think that maniac came all the way out here from Ripton. I don't know how far away Ripton is from the name of the town that we are currently in, but sure. Katarina Sluzarski, neighbor. That evening Ruth came over to borrow some salt. It's funny, she works at the grocery store, but she's always missing something. She sat at my place for a while and then said that she was going back to make dinner for Bob. I don't know how she put up with him, a typical man. He always walked around in a stupid t-shirt, spent the whole day staring at the TV and yelling for Ruth to bring him another Frosty. It's another brewski, maybe. I went to visit often enough and it was always the same thing. Recently, Ruth decided to try being a vegetarian. She'd read in a magazine that it will make you live an extra 10 years, plus you get to lose a few pounds. So she started cooking without meat, beginning with vegetable soup. Thought she'd surprise Bob, but when he came home from work he was yelling, "What the frick is this without a meat?" I live next door and I could hear everything. They almost got into a fight. And that was the day of the murder, right? So it's kind of predictable what's going to happen now, unless there's some kind of secret twist. Victim's home bedroom. The bedroom is covered in blood. It looks like this is where the victim's corpse was butchered. In the bedroom. Well, her wife was borrowing salt from the neighbor. It seems not enough time, right? It seems like a course of actions that will take a long time. I would even suggest hours. The victim's body parts were neatly laid out on the counter as if it were a display set for all to see. There's a crumpled garbage bag under the counter with traces of blood inside, so nothing. The victim's throat was cut in one single converted motion. Death came almost instantly. There are no signs of struggle on the body. The corpse was dismembered after death. Okay. That's what we... Bob Finnegan's house and Bob Finnegan's dismembered corpse in a North Star grocery store counter. A man in a wrestling mask watches Bob Finnegan through the window. A man in a wrestling mask cuts up Bob Finnegan's corpse in the bathtub. A man in a wrestling mask approaches Bob Finnegan with a hacksaw in his hand. Hold on. Doesn't say what kind of weapon was used. Walks into the North Star grocery store carrying a sports bag. Cuts Bob Finnegan's throat with a hacksaw. Men in wrestling masks watch TV. Huh. Bob Finnegan and Ruth Finnegan crawl over the vegetable soup. Then Ruth Finnegan approaches Bob Finnegan with a kitchen knife in her hand, slashes the throat, carves up Bob Finnegan's corpse in the tub with a cleaver, gives Bob a bottle of beer, enters the North Star grocery store carrying a garbage bag. You know, the thing is, there's a crumpled garbage bag under the counter with traces of blood inside. I really think that it's pretty easy. It's like this. Bob Finnegan's wife, she killed her husband to escape her unhappy marriage. The last straw was his criticism of her soup. Ruth decided to kill her husband and make it look as though the maniac known as the wrestler did it. Yeah. It's the yes, press charges, please.
Look.
Pretty easy, all things considered, but I imagine that it will become a lot harder in the future. If you ever have played LA Noir, is that the game name?
Are you there?
It's kind of the same principle, I think, except without
Lily
the lying
here.
in it.
Come in.
Can you grab the box of flashbang grenades and get over here? There's no time to lose. Lily.
Copy. I'm on my way.
Alrighty then. Flashbang grenades. I'm going to take a wild guess and say that there is an ambush on its way.
So?
I'm not seeing anything.
Hold on. Can I... If I click... No... It's
Lily,
I don't know if it's going to
Yes,
save.
just let me look at
If
the
it just
plan.
quit right now.
Lily, we've got everything covered.
Gail, I need to take a look at the plan. Gail.
Plan?
The plan?
Lily, do you want to look at the plan or do you want to change the plan?
I need to see the plan before I decide whether I need to change it. Gail?
So, Gail and I forgot the sheriff's name. Was it Lily? I thought it was Lily. Things to do: interrogate the necktie, get all information available, outfit and assign your strike team. Usually it takes several days to plan an assault, but this time Gail has had to sketch out the plan in a hurry. Okay. You know what? I'm just going to say I hope it saved my progress. If not, it will be an entire hour of just replaying the game. You know, it is what it is. For now, thank you for watching the intro with me. And I hope to see you tomorrow, and I will hopefully get to the meat of the game. Bye bye.